back to another video. We have Jason from MBRP here again, and he has one awesome product on the table for our S650 owners out there with active exhaust. So what do we have?
Yeah, Corey, thanks for having me back. I really appreciate it. So today we have our 2024 Mustang GT active exhaust. This is a 304 stainless steel, which is the Cadillac of stainless steel, will never rust, has a full lifetime warranty on it, comes with our carbon fiber tips. It's a total new design for us, actually 2 separate pipes as well. Stays into a full 3-inch mandrel bend exhaust when fully open. It should sound killer. It makes about 13 more horsepower to the wheels as well, so you're getting performance out of it, and I'm really excited to try this out.
Yeah, I'm excited to throw this on the car too, so let's put it up in the air and get after it.
Let's do it.
At this point, you need to remove the factory exhaust. Now, our S650 has a resonator delete, and we have an H-pipe in place of that, so our removal process is a little bit different. But if you have factory exhaust, it's super easy. You're gonna loosen these 15mm bolts on the exhaust clamps, and then you're gonna wanna move to the back of the car. Now, there's usually a shield here, but ours doesn't have that. And then once you remove that shield, you'll see these 2 13mm bolts that hold the exhaust hangers on. Take those off. And once you have those off, you can pull down on the front of the exhaust and then slide it out from the hangers and pull the factory exhaust off the car. You'll see a couple clips of us removing this one, but again, this is not a factory setup, so it's a little bit different. At this point, grab the X-pipe inside the MBRP kit and install it to the Mustang. Once you have the X-pipe in, you can tighten down the clamps. Do not tighten them down all the way, but just enough to where the X-pipe's not gonna fall out. Before installing the next part of our new exhaust, you're gonna wanna grab the factory brackets. Now grab your factory exhaust hanger and put it on the MBRP exhaust. And then take the exhaust pipe and put it on the MBRP X pipe. Do not forget your exhaust clamp. Now again, we're gonna tighten down this exhaust clamp, but we're not gonna tighten it down all the way. We're just gonna leave it loose. Now before we put our MBRP muffler on, we have to take off the factory valve actuator from our factory active exhaust. This is gonna be held on by 3 10mm nuts. Okay, now we're gonna take our valve actuator, and what we're gonna wanna end up doing is, you see this metal here, we're gonna wanna connect it onto these indents of that piece we just put on. We also wanna make sure we're gonna line up our 3 bolt holes. Also inside the kit's going to be this hardware. You're gonna wanna slide it up through the bottoms here, and then grab the factory nut and throw it on top. Do this for all 3 holes. Now that we have our valve actuators on, we can throw on our exhaust clamp and then grab our new MBRP muffler and put it on the car. Now what I like to do is put them in the hanger first. Once you have the exhaust in the hanger, you can connect it to the other section of the exhaust. And then tighten down the clamp. But do not tighten it down all the way, just like we did with the rest. We can plug in our wiring harness for our valves here. Do that on either side. At this point, we can now put our MBRP tips on. Now, one thing I will say is that we do not have anything tightened down yet, so the tips are going to be a little wonky, but I find it easier to adjust the exhaust to where you want on the rear bumper if you have the tips installed. At this point, we're gonna go back over and tighten everything down. Now let's hear what it sounds like. We're all wrapped up with the exhaust. It looks killer, it sounds killer, and the install wasn't too bad either.
Yeah, it took us a little bit over an hour. Even if you're new to doing exhaust, don't have a lift, 2 hours at the absolute max, basic hand tools. One of the great things about this too, it is the most attractively priced active exhaust on the entire market. At this price point, it's hard to beat.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, especially with the way it sounds. If you want to pick up this exhaust, head over to our website. We'll have a link down below in the description. And we also sell a ton of other MBRP products as well. But it's time to drop a gear and disappear, and we'll catch you on the next one.